Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Breed Complex, home of baseball and softball and high school softball here, with English, Classical, and St. Mary's all playing their games here. It's Catholic Central League action. St. Mary's taking on Spellman. And it's a long trip to Spellman. They're coming from Brockton. They asked if they could start the game at 6:30 instead of 7 because they didn't want to be leaving here like 9 or 9:30 and have to go all the way back to Brockton. So what happens, they get stuck in traffic, they didn't get here till late, and it's virtually after 7 when we're starting the game. Olivia Dandrell, the left fielder, facing Angie Pepe on the mound for St. Mary's. They called an illegal pitch on the St. Mary's pitcher. They did this before in a game. So it was a strike, but it's a ball. So it's 2-0. Missing wide for a ball. The lights have been on for a while, but the sun is as bright as it's been all day, but it's cold. The temperatures have dropped, and it's very chilly here at the ballpark. In for a strike. Pepe is a young freshman on the mound, so I hope that doesn't bother her rhythm when they call the illegal pitch. In for a strike, it's 3-2. Spellman is 6-5, looking to go to 7-5. St. Mary's looking to go over 500. They're 5-5. Strike 3. Nice comeback by Pepe. Considering they called an illegal pitch on her, and she went 3-0. Great job by the young freshman. Lauren Barthelmess, the center fielder, is the hitter. Tries to bunt, pops it up toward the Spellman dugout. Wasn't high enough. Nobody had enough time to go get it. So it's a strike on the hitter. Paige Licata, the coach for St. Mary's, doing a nice job. She's got one junior. Everybody else are freshmen or sophomores. And she's got a pitching staff of 3, and all 3 are freshmen. Lily Newhall, who's related to the AD at St. Mary's, Jeff Newhall. Miss Filer, whose father is one of the baseball coaches on the St. Mary's baseball team, and Pepe are the 3 pitchers, and they're all freshmen. You saw Filer and Newhall last year when we did the Wyoming Little League games. Popped up. Long run, can't get there for the second baseman. Missing inside for a ball. Missing inside again. St. Mary's got here for 6:30 again. They were warming up. Seemed like forever. Strike 3 called. Good job again by Pepe. Hanging in. Two-way, both strikeouts. Chloe Kelly, the shortstop, is the hitter. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. I believe it was the same way they called illegal pitch in the last game we did against Pepe. You have to step to home plate. You can't step towards third or first, being a righty or lefty. You can't. You have to go straight to the plate. Hit up in the air. Second baseman, Newhall, makes the call, makes the catch. So an easy inning for Pepe. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. A 1-2-3 inning first. So Spellman is down. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Brenna Sullivan will take the mound for Spellman, and she'll face Christina Nowicki. The center fielder leading off. Batting second and playing left field, Marina DiBiaso. The first baseman, Talia Smaller, will bat third. Jenny Adusi, the third baseman, bats fourth. Batting fifth and playing right field, Alyssa Grossi. Catching and batting sixth, Jordan Sullivan. The shortstop, Sam Porozinski, will bat number 7. Batting eighth and playing second base, Lily Newhall. And the designated player, Katie O'Neill, will bat number 9. She's batting for the pitcher, Pepe. So Catholic Central League action. We mentioned St. Mary's trying to go over 500. They're 5-5. They're playing well lately. They started off on the wrong foot, but they righted the ship. And they'll try to get a big win in the league. Austin Prep, of course, undefeated in the league. With their ace, McDonald, a very, very good pitcher. Christina Nowicki. I got to talk to her sister, Mia, who was here at the game tonight. Told me she had a very good year for Assumption. Pitched a lot of innings. Looking forward to next year. Grades are good. Everything going well at Assumption for Mia Nowicki. And we're happy to hear that because she's a great young lady. And her sister is basketball and softball. So a good athletic family. Tries the bunt and fouls it off. Hit right through the wickets at second base. It went right through the legs of the second baseman. Christina Nowicki becomes the first base runner. And Marina DiBiaso, the left fielder, will be the hitter. So let's see if Paige Licata plays small ball or looks for an inning. Squares takes the pitch. Nowicki off and running. They throw it into center field. So she steals second. He also squared away, but that was just to try and protect the runner. Throw was a pretty good one. They just went right through everybody in the center field. So St. Mary's with a runner in scoring position here in the first inning. We're trying to get a split here. Danvers came in and defeated Classical in the opening game here at Breed. So Lynn team's trying to get a split. In for a strike. Pop foul back and out of play. Swing and a miss. Sullivan gets a strikeout. Talia Smaller, the first baseman, is the hitter. Lined in the left center field. Jumped on the first pitch and drilled it. And she'll walk into second base with a double. She ripped into the first pitch she saw. So the error hurts. It comes around to score. St. Mary's grabs a quick 1-0 lead. And Jenny Aducci, the third baseman, is the hitter. Hit foul off the catcher's mask. Down and in for a ball. Alyssa Grossi on deck. Well, tapped down the first base line, it goes foul. Hit, knocked down by the shortstop. That's a very nice play. That was going in the outfield. It's a base hit for Aducci, but it keeps the runner at second base. Smaller couldn't go until she saw the ball go through, and it didn't go through. The shortstop, Kelly, made a nice play going way to her right, backhand it and keeping it in the infield. Goes in the outfield. It could possibly be a run. Instead, it's first and second with one out for Alyssa Grossi. We have a congregation on the mound having a little forum. Coach out to talk to everybody. Umpire sad to come out to break it up, but as he did, it broke up by itself. So a very cool night here at the ballpark. People all bundled up, gloves, heavy jackets. In for a strike. Grossi is the right fielder. Up and away for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Sullivan. And Jordan Sullivan. So it's Sullivan against Sullivan here. Jordan Sullivan, the catcher, against Brenna Sullivan, the pitcher. Sullivan hits this a long way foul. Got way out in front of it. Hit it well foul. Missing wide for a ball. Hit foul again. Off to the left side. Straight change, almost like a slow pitch softball, and they call it strike three as it drops in. So the error hurt. Nowicki reached on the error, stole second, scored on the double by Smaller. Sullivan strikes out the side, but St. Mary's grabs a 1-0 lead over Spellman at the end of one. 4, 5, and 6 for Spellman as we start the second inning. Maggie McAlpine, the catcher, will lead off against Pepe, starting her second inning of work. She breezed through the first inning with 2 strikeouts. And she'll have a lead for the first time in the game, and she starts the second inning. St. Mary's leading it 1-0. Swing and a miss. Down and away for a ball. Chased that pitch, it was down and away, and it's 1-2. Hit out of play. Swing and a miss. They took something off. McAlpine way out in front. Nice pitch by Pepe. 1 up, 1 down in the second. Brenna Sullivan, the pitcher, will be the hitter. Hit foul out of play. So pitcher against pitcher here in this at bat. Down and in for a ball. Hit in the air, going back. Nice play. What a terrific play. Lily Newhall takes a base hit away from Sullivan. She went into short center field. Nowicki was not going to get to it. It was falling in front of her. Newhall, turning away over the shoulder, made a very nice play. That's terrific defense. That one bounces in. Julia Dandro, the designated player. She's hitting for the first baseman, Alex Achenbach. Hit high in the air. Nowicki makes the call, and Nowicki makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning. 6 in a row retired by Pepe, starting off the ball game. Three strikeouts in 2 innings for Pepe. St. Mary's will have 7, 8, and 9 facing Sullivan as she starts her second inning of work. Sam Porozinski, the shortstop. Lily Newhall, who made that terrific defensive play at second base. And then the designated player, Katie O'Neill, who's hitting for the pitcher, Pepe. So the bottom 3 in the order for St. Mary's as they lead at 1-0 going into the bottom of the second. The unearned run, but they'll take it. St. Mary's will be gearing up for about 10 days from now, the Holland tournament. St. Mary's, Swampscott, English and Classical, the 4 teams in the annual Holland tournament. Babe Ruth has picked up the Holland tournament. They kept it alive. They do so many great things for the city. They keep this place looking just unbelievable. They're down here. I watched Jeff Rip today cutting grass all over the place very early in the day. Dave Raymond and Jeff were out cutting the grass the other day. They drag the fields, they line the fields, they get everything ready for the kids to play, for the high school teams to play here. And they do it to here like 24/7 once they get started. And they don't make a nickel. Everything is a freebie. So many volunteers. They're the best kept secret in the city. They don't get anywhere near the exposure they deserve. Off the catcher's glove, high and away to the backstop. 2 on the count to Sam Porozinski, the shortstop for the Spartans. Hit foul out of play. Here we look at the starting lineup. Nowicki, DiBiaso, and Smaller all played last year. Everybody else is brand new. So if this team could ever make the state tournament, what a great feat that would be for these young kids. Porozinski swings through for strike 3. 3 in a row, 2 to end the first, 1 to start the second. All 4 outs have been strikeouts. And Lily Newhall swings and misses. She made that very, very nice defensive play going out in the center field over the shoulder, taking a base hit away from the pitcher, Sullivan. She tries to bunt, pops it up. Nice play by the catcher. Maggie McAlpine got rid of the mask very quickly. Makes the play for the second out. Katie O'Neill, the designated player, will be the hitter. Wide for a ball. Hit to second base. Knocked down. Staying with it is Allison Pearson. It kind of short hopped her. She knocked it down, almost overran it, but did a nice job of staying with it. So Sullivan has retired 5 in a row. She gets a 1-2-3 second inning. We finished 2 in this Catholic Central League battle. St. Mary's 1, Spellman nothing at the end of 2. Bottom 3 in the order for Spellman as we start the 3rd inning. Yamari Burns, the 3rd baseman, will lead it off against Pepe. Yamari Burns, Allison Pearson, Lauren DePina. Wide for a ball. Started to pull the trigger and held up. The pitch was high for a ball. Hit foul in the direction of the St. Mary's dugout. Paige Licata makes the play. St. Mary's coach. The 2-1 pitch up and coming. Hit. Lily Newhall, the second baseman, over to Smaller. 1 up, 1 down in the 3rd. Newhall went a few steps to her left. Allison Pearson, the second baseman, will be the hitter. High for a ball. I've gone this far without mentioning that Pepe is wearing a mask. We see a lot of players, infielders especially, missing wide for a ball. In for a strike, 2-1. Nailed that inside corner. Gets the bunt down. Nice job by Jordan Sullivan. Get to it very quickly. Gets it to Smaller and throws Pearson out. Two-way in the 3rd. Lauren DePina, the right fielder, hitting left-handed. Swings through that pitch that was up and in for strike 1. Down and away for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. 1-2 the count. I'm watching the outfield for St. Mary's in between pitches. They're putting their hands in their back pocket, trying to keep their hands warm, blowing on them. Anything they're trying to keep their hands warm in case they have to make a throw. It's that chilly. Punches it foul in the direction of the St. Mary's dugout. We thought the weather was changing. We had a couple of days in the 80s, a couple of nice nights. All of a sudden, it's cooled off dramatically. Thought about it, held up, the pitch was high, and we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. Strike 3 called. 4th strikeout. 9 in a row retired by Pepe. She's breezed through the first time around the Spellman lineup. And St. Mary's will nurse that 1-0 lead into the bottom of the third. It'll be the top of the order. Christina Nowicki, Marina DiBiaso, and Talia Smaller. We mentioned the Holland tournament at the same time that weekend. The Holland tournament will be Saturday and Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday morning. At the same time, the Clancy tournament will be taking place with English Classical, St. Mary's, and North Reading in that one. And that one starts a doubleheader on Friday and a doubleheader starting at noontime on Saturday. And again, it's hard to believe we're getting that close because that's the final week of the season. And we didn't think we'd get there with all the makeups having to be played and the terrible weather and pushing. The season didn't start on time because of the snow all over the place. And then when we finally played, people looked like Nanook of the North with blankets and 2 jackets and scarves and gloves, and it was so bitterly cold at the ballpark, nobody could get loose. Teams didn't get outside. Some of the teams, first time they got outside was the first time they played a game. A little different fielding ground balls on the field rather than in the gym. Christina Nowicki is the difference in the game. She had a ground ball second base. Went right through the wickets in the right center field. She stole second and scored on Smaller's shot into left center field for a double. And that's where we are. Nowicki scored the run, and that's where we are, 1-0 St. Mary's. Now she's going to bat left-handed. She was batting righty. Now she switches around. Tried to bunt again and missed it. Now she'll switch around and go right-handed. Solid shot by the third baseman in the left field. She got all of that one. She's on base for the second time. And she gives St. Mary's the leadoff hitter on base for the second time in 3 innings. Let's see if she tries to steal second base. She did the last time. Marina DiBiaso, the left fielder, struck out swinging her one trip. Very good hockey player. Had a nice year for Frank Pagluka. They fake the bunt. They throw it down. In with the stolen bases, Nowicki. We're looking for a videotape replay of the first inning. Nowicki on, stealing second. High and away for a ball. In for a strike. Squares the butt. Out at third. Looked like she went under the tag. And DiBiaso faked the bunt, trying to pull it back. They said she swung. So they throw Nowicki out. I say it looked like because I'm a long way away from third base, and the umpire was on top of the plate. Swing and a miss, and they don't have to throw it out because catcher didn't play it cleanly, but DiBiaso just went to the bench. So two-way. Talia Smaller ripped a double into left center field and knocked in the one run. So she's 1 for 1 with an RBI. She goes after the first pitch again, hits it a mile up in the air, and the pitcher makes the play, Sullivan. So even with the hit, St. Mary sends only 3 to the plate, as one is the hit is thrown out stealing, or attempting to steal. We finished 3 innings here at the Breed Complex. St. Mary's holding on to that skinny 1-0 lead over Spellman. Top of the order for Spellman as we start the 4th inning. Olivia Dandro was called on strikes, leading off the ball game against Pepe. Hitting from the left side. Tried to slap it, ran up, punched it through the shortstop hole, but it sliced foul. St. Mary's got a break there. So 1 strike on the Spellman left fielder. Slaps it again right back to the pitcher. Boy, she flies down the line. Pepe makes the play. Looked like an easy play. She got it by about a step and a half. Lauren Barthelmes, center fielder, was called out on strikes. Tries to bunt, pops it up. Foul ball. They got a break again. Sullivan had it. And it looked like it went off the heel of her glove and just dropped down, but it was foul. So Spellman got a break. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. Hit in the air to right field. Alyssa Grossi makes the play. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. Chloe Kelly popped up to the second baseman. Up and away for a ball. Down and away for a ball. 2-0. Up and away, 3-0. In for a strike, 3-1. Chloe Kelly can still be fussy with the count her way, 3-1. And it's ball 4. So Pepe had retired 11 in a row. Gives up the 2-out walk. And it'll bring up Maggie McAlpine, the catcher, who struck out swinging her one trip. Safe at second base. Throws a little bit to the first base side. Porozinski had to go get it and reach back. So Kelly puts herself in scoring position with the stolen base. Popped up. Newhall back on the outfield grass. Makes her third play. She's got one play in each inning. Her fourth play. So the walk, the stolen base doesn't hurt. We're halfway through the ball game. After 3.5 innings, St. Mary's is on the top end of a 1-0 score. That was the first inning that Pepe did not get a strikeout. And moving into the bottom of the fourth, it'll be the middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. Jenny Adusi, Alyssa Grossi, Jordan Sullivan. As Brenna Sullivan will start her fourth inning of work. She deserves a better fate. She's down 1-0. But an error in the infield, followed by a stolen base and a double, is the only run of the game. So we could very easily be looking at a scoreless tie here between these two pitchers. Austin Prep well out in front of this league. I believe they're undefeated with their ace McDonald. Everybody else fighting for that tournament berth. St. Mary's with all their young kids. Boy, it would really be a nice job by Paige Licata if she gets this team into the tournament with only one junior and a pitching staff of freshmen. Jenny Adusi got a base hit her first time up. Up and away for a ball. Hit in the air. Long run by the right fielder. Foul ball. She sliced it behind first base in front of the right fielder, but it sliced foul. One the count to the Spartan third baseman. Fishing low for a ball. Hit foul. And the count evens at 2. Hit in the air. Long run by the right fielder coming on. Makes the play. Lauren DePena making the nice running catch. One out in the fourth. Alyssa Grossi struck out swinging. Hit to right field again. Off the glove of the right field. The long run. That'll be a base hit. Sinking into right center field. DePena, long run. Stretched for it. Couldn't come up with it. So Grossi's got a base hit. Jordan Sullivan was called on strikes at one trip. The Spartan catcher. Line shot, foul. She jumped all over that first pitch and ripped it. And get out a little too far. Can't hit any higher than that. Started, held up inside for a ball. Very pretty sunset over to our left. But very cold here tonight. Again, out in front. Hits it well, but hits it foul. The ball goes in the outfield grass. It gets wet. They have to keep changing it. Sullivan tried to change up. She's been way out in front hitting those foul balls, so she thought she'd change up on it, but it stayed inside. Good idea by Sullivan. Chases that high fastball up and away and swings through it. Sullivan's got at least one. She struck out the side in the first. She's got one in the second, third, and now the fourth. Wide for a ball. Borozinski struck out swinging in the second. Wide again, 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. Reaches for that, hits it foul. Off to the right side. Slicing it foul again over the Spellman dugout. Reaches for that, punches into right field. Around second, heading to third is Grossi. He just stuck the bat out, went the other way, and punched it into right field, and that brings a little confab out on the mound with everybody. Brings the outfielders together for Spellman. And Paige Licata will talk to the hitter, who will be Lily Newhall. Newhall tried to bunt her last time up and popped it up to the catcher, Maggie McAlpine. Swing and a miss. The runner takes off a second. They let her go. She was hoping they were going to try and make a play on her, so maybe they could steal a run. Takes off the force at second on a ground ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Change up. What a pitch. That's perfection. She changed up at the last second. Newhall said, I better swing at this, and it was too late. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. St. Mary's threatens 2 hits. They leave runners at first and third. We've completed 4. St. Mary's still holding on to that skinny 1-run lead. It's St. Mary's 1. Spellman nothing at the end of 4. 5, 6, 7 for Spellman. Brenna Sullivan, the pitcher, had a base hit taken away. She had a pop-up into short center field. Looked like it was going to bounce in front of the center fielder. Lily Newhall went back with her back to home plate, over the shoulder, made the great running catch and took a hit away. In for a strike, 1-1. So again, it's pitcher against pitcher. Hit to right field. Grossi backing up, makes the play. Sullivan going the other way, hit it well, but got it up long enough for Grossi to make the play. Julia Sullivan flied out to center field. Missing low for a ball. Julia Dandrow flies to Nowicki in center field. Hit to third. Nice. Nope, dropped at first base. So on the error, Dandrow will reach. The throw was there. It was low. First baseman couldn't pick it. So Dandrow is the second base runner for Spellman. Ymir Burns grounded out second and first. Her one trip. Hit in the air to right field. Grossi again makes the play. Her second in the inning. Her third in the 5 innings. 2 away for Allison Pearson, the second baseman. She touched it out in front of home plate, and Jordan Sullivan got to it quickly and threw her out. Missing inside for a ball. In for a strike, 1-1. It's like a little bit of a fog rolling in. Low for a ball. 2-1 the count. Chopped foul behind home plate. The runner was going. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th. Chopped foul again. I don't know, was a fire someplace or there's a fog rolling in, but there's a mist through the lights in back of home plate. Strike 3 called. Took that pitch right down the pipe. So the error doesn't hurt. Spellman is down in the 5th. Five strikeouts now for Pepe. And for St. Mary's, it'll be 9-1-2, starting the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0 St. Mary's. That one unearned run way back in the first inning. St. Mary's had a hit in the 3rd, but got thrown out trying to steal 3rd after they stole 2nd. Then they got a 1-out single and a 2-out single, made it 1st and 3rd. But Sullivan picked up another strikeout. Seven strikeouts for her in 4 innings. She struck out the side in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. And that mist or fog or whatever it is really blowing across the diamond. Coming from left field. And it's a little on the thick side. If you can, I don't know if you can see it on your screen or not. But it's a mist, and it's blowing hard. I hope it's not a fire coming from someplace. Katie O'Neill gets the bunt down. Nice job by the catcher. McAlpine got to it very quickly and threw her out. That's a nice play. Nice bunt by O'Neill, but defense trumped the offense on the nice play by McAlpine. Christina Nowicki is on base twice. Reached on an error and scored. Last time up, she got a base hit. Stole second and then got thrown out trying to steal third. And that mist kind of seems to come and go. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup, popped up. Another late swing. That's a nice pitch by Sullivan. Popped up to the shortstop, Kelly. Two-way in the fifth. Marina DiBiase was struck out swinging twice. In for a strike. Hit foul out of play. Quickly, 2 strikes. Slicing it foul again over in the direction of that batting cage behind first base. 0-2 the count to DiBiase. Hit to third, nice play. Off hop, Burns made the nice pick at third base. A 1-2-3 inning for Sullivan and Spellman. We've completed 5 here at the Breed Complex. It's still St. Mary's 1, Spellman nothing at the end of 5. Number 9 will lead it off and then back to the top of the order. Lauren DePina was called on a strikes her 1 trip. And then we'll be back to number 1 and 2 here in the 6th inning. St. Mary's got their run in the first, unearned error. Stolen base, double by Smaller, and that's been it. And again, just can't get loose. I don't know if this is a pinch hit or not. I can't see the number of the hitter. In for a strike. Two quick strikes. Hit out in front of the plate. Safe at first, he beats it. That's the first hit. Just a little tapper out in front of the plate. Pepe got to it, had to make a quick throw. But the hitter beats it for a base hit. Olivia Dandrell, the left fielder, struck out, hit to the pitcher. I would think you would look for a bunt here. Instead, they're going to steal. Out at second base. That was Brodeur, the pinch hitter. A nice throw by Sullivan, nice tag by Porozinski. So one away in the sixth. Porozinski did a nice job backhanding the throw and then reaching back and making the tag. Slap foul, knocked down by the third base coach. Who is the Spellman coach? And that miss just keeps floating in. It's not out in the outfield here. It's just going from left field over home plate. Ran up to try and slap it and swung right through it and missed it. Way up and in. And boy, the wind really picks up now. And it is really getting cold here at the ballpark. Temperature has dropped considerably. Count goes full. Classical played here the first game. People were in t-shirts and shorts. Sun was shining. Nice day at the ballpark. And all of a sudden, it's got cold. Strike three call. They took another pitch. Two up, two down. Six strikeouts, 5 of them called. The bunt right back to the mound. Pepe helps herself. So the hit doesn't hurt. The hit is thrown out on the base pass. Pepe gliding along. Three base runners for Spellman. A walk, an error, and a single. And the single only went about 6 feet out in front of the plate. And then the single was thrown out, trying to steal second base. So 3 base runners, 1 of them thrown out. Spellman is down to their last 3 outs. St. Mary's would like to get at least 1 more and give Pepe some room to work with in the 7th inning. 3-4-5 for St. Mary's. Talia Smaller, Jenny Edusi, Alyssa Grossi. And that fog is rolling in all over the place now, even in the outfield. In for a strike. Smaller doubled in a run and popped to the pitcher. Well, she's 1 for 2 with the RBI for the lone run of the game. Hits it off the backstop. 2 quick strikes. Looking to the 7th inning, Spellman will have the high. Their order up 3-4-5. Hit in the air is going to slice foul and out of play. Going over to the baseball diamond. Tries that little lollipop, almost like a Eufus pitch. That one sailed high. Hitting it foul again. Just held up as the pitch was high for a ball. Slicing it foul again. What an at bat by Smaller. Whatever she does, this has been a good at bat. She's hit 4 or 5 fouls off to the right side, making Sullivan throw some pitches. Hit in the right center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. What an at bat by Smaller. She gets her second hit. Jenny Ducey singled and fly to right. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Well, the wheel's turning on both sides. With the number 4 hitter up, I'd be surprised if you saw a bunt here. I wouldn't be amazed, but I'd be kind of surprised. Hit foul past third base. Paige Licata, the third base coach, making the play. I think it's McGrath running at first. High for a ball. They only listed 2 subs, so it's either D'Alessandro or McGrath. I'll give them both credit. Way up and away for a ball. Two on the count to the spot in third baseman. Swing and a miss. And it evens at 2. late swing was almost in the catcher's glove when she swung at that one. Eight strikeouts for Sullivan. Alyssa Grassi, the right fielder, struck out and singled. Slices it foul out of play. She's one of two St. Mary's players to make third base. Nowicki, the other one who came around third and scored. She singled and went to third on Porozinski's single, but they get out of the inning. Porozinski's single came with 2 outs, and Sullivan ended the inning with a big strikeout. And that fog just keeps rolling in as the ball's hit foul behind the backstop. It gets thick at times, then it stops, then it comes back in. Here's the changeup. Out at second base. Bobbled, but she held on. Jordan Sullivan, the catcher, has struck out twice. Once called, once swinging. Hit in the air, that's going to go out of play over St. Mary's dugout. Boy, you have to love New England. This afternoon, sun shining, blue skies, nice weather, shorts, t-shirts. Here's that changeup. That's one I want to missed. Now it's got to be down. If it's 50, it's low 50, and the wind is making it even less than that. Hit high and deep and foul. Got way out in front of it. Pulled it. Hit it well, but pulled it well foul down the left field side. But it has cooled off considerably here at the ballpark. And the fans are all bundled up, the few that are here. Strike 3 called. Another multi-strikeout inning. So the leadoff hit looked good, but they leave a runner. We'll move into the 7th inning. St. Mary's needs 3 outs to go over 500 to get to 6-5. Spellman needs a run to get back in the game. It's 1-0 St. Mary's over Spellman at the end of 6. 3-4-5 for Spellman as we're in the 7th inning. And even the St. Mary's fans are saying, if you're going to score, don't get 1, get 2. We don't want extra innings. It's so cold here. We're hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. Chloe Kelly has popped to second and walked. She was the first one to reach. Pepe had retired 11 in a row, starting the ball game. Kelly drew a walk, stole second, and got stranded there. She's the shortstop. Hit foul to the backstop. Hit off the screen, quickly 2 strikes. Spellman's only hit 4 balls out of the infield in 6 innings. 3 of them to right field, the other one to center field. All putouts. Change up, just hung high. What a pitch by Pepe. Just a little high. Terrific pitch by Pepe. slapped the other way, past the Spellman dugout. The one hit Spellman had went about 5 or 6 feet out in front of the plate, and Brodeur beat it for an infield hit, and then got thrown out trying to steal second base. So the one hit was thrown out on the base pass. Wave for strike 3. Nice pitch to change up again. One up, one down. Maggie McAlpine, the catcher, struck out, popped to the second baseman. 7 strikeouts for Pepe. In for a strike. Hit the second base. Off the glove, they can't make the play. Second error for St. Mary's puts the tying run at first base. Brianna Sullivan, the pitcher, has popped to second and flied to right. Tried a bunt, missed it. Missed it again, trying to bunt. 0-2 the count. Nice stop by Sullivan, the catcher. Boy, almost hard to see the batter with that fog rolling in. It's been really getting thicker. And the wind picks it up and blows it through. Makes it even worse. Hit the shot. Safe at second base. They didn't get there to cover. They didn't get there to cover. They had to play. They were late getting to the bag. So now it's first and second with 1 out. Julia Dandraw, the designated player, flied to center, reached on an error. Paige Licata comes out to talk to the troops. So a strikeout side of the inning, they should be out of the game right now. A ground to the second, misplayed. A ground to the short. They were late getting to the bag for a force at second. And all of a sudden, Spellman has the tying run at second base with the go-ahead run at first. 1 out here in the 7th inning. And that wind blowing that fog in, getting it thicker and thicker, and it's getting colder and colder. Hit into center field for a base hit. Out at the plate. Nowicki throws the runner out. Now the tying run is at third. the go-ahead run at second with 2 outs. Yamari Burns is grounded to second and fly to right. Great throw by Nowicki. Nice tag by Sullivan at the plate. They throw the runner out. 2 away. We're right down to the wire. Down and away for a ball. Burns is the third baseman. And you can just barely see her and Sullivan the catcher with that heavy fog. Started about the 3rd or 4th inning. And it's been just blowing across ever since. And the wind, ice cold here. Just horrible conditions for these kids to play in. And the fans to watch. Wide for a ball. Sullivan had to bounce out to her right to get that one. Waved at the pitch. And we got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the 7th inning. We're taking this one right down to the wire. 1-0 St. Mary's. Spellman trying to get that runner from third home. Looking for the runner at second as well. The 2-2 pitch. Waves for strike 3. So St. Mary's made it exciting. They win it 1-0. Spellman gets an error, 2 hits. Nowicki throws a runner out at the plate, the tying run. Second and third, 2 outs. Pepe comes up with a big strikeout. Her 8th. She struck out 8. Walk 1. She gave up 2 base hits. 1 in the 6th that was thrown out stealing, and 1 here in the 7th that looked like it was going to tie the game up. But Nowicki threw the runner out. St. Mary's got all they needed in the 1st inning. Nowicki reached on an error, stole second, scored on Small's double, and that was it. 1-0. Spellman had that threat in the 7th inning after a strikeout, an error, a fielder's choice, late getting to second base, 1st and 2nd, a base hit. Nowicki throws the runner out at the plate. Everybody moves up, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And Pepe comes up with her 8th strikeout, the biggest strikeout of the game. Leaves the tying run at 3rd, the go-ahead run at 2nd. And St. Mary's will go to 6 and 5. Spellman will drop to 6 and 6. For St. Mary's, Nowicki on base twice, scored a run. Smaller had a double and a single, knocked in a run. Adusi had a base hit. Grossi had a base hit. Porozinski had a base hit. Lily Newhall made that outstanding play going into short center field, picking up a pop-up over the shoulder. Pepe was outstanding on the mound. She retired 11 in a row before she walked the batter, and then she came up big with the big strikeout to end the game. So St. Mary's gets that 1 run in the 1st inning, unearned, the double by Smaller, knocking in Nowicki, who reached on the error. And that's it for runs. 1-0 St. Mary's over Spellman. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.